This video is to help you produce your infographic. The infographic you're looking at the moment was produced by me in PowerPoint, and that's what I'm going to talk you through now. We're just going to look at how to put in the text boxes, some of the icons and images. To do that, I'll have to escape this PowerPoint presentation and open a new one. So we open a new PowerPoint presentation. And on the first slide, what we've got to do is change the slide layout to blank. Then change the size. So you click on the Design tab, come over to Slide Size, go to Custom Slide Size, and here you need to select A3 paper. Now I want to do it in portrait. You can leave yours in landscape if you wish. To do it in portrait, I need to select the portrait radio button on each one. If you want to do it in landscape, select the radio buttons for landscape. Click OK. And then select Maximize. I've now got an A3 size page here, but we only see 48% of it. As you can see, it's only zoomed to 48%. The first thing I'm going to do is put in a heading and my name. To do that, go to Home, go to Insert, and Text Box. And I'm going to give it the common name of the species, which is a fox, and also the scientific name. Vulpes vulpes. And I'm going to highlight those, center them, and then put in my K number and my name. Once these are in, I can edit them. First thing I'm going to do is make the common name of the species in bold and make the scientific name italics. I'll change both of these to 44. We'll see them easier. You can see that the spell checker put a capital letter in on the second part of the scientific name. That should always be a lowercase letter. And I can leave my one here at maybe my name and K number at 20. Okay. The next thing I need to do is insert a photograph of a fox. The ways to do this is to go to Insert. If you have a photograph of a fox, you can click on Pictures and select one from your computer. You can click on Online and select one online. But what I'm going to do is select one from Google. So I'll open a new Google tab and put in Eurasian fox. That's the type of fox we have in Ireland. I'll go to Images, and there's one I like. So I'll click on that. Then right click, copy the image back to our PowerPoint presentation, and Control V to insert it. Now when you insert an image, what will happen automatically is the Design tab might open for you to give you design ideas. I don't want that, so I'll close it. What you need to do here is click on the photograph, go to Format the photo, and you want to remove the background. To do that, you use this tab up here. If this isn't working, if it's just grey, just click on the photograph again and Format Picture. So I'll click here to remove the background. And you can see the majority of it has turned pink or purple. That colour tells you what part is going to be taken out. There's a preview up here. But you need to be careful. If I zoom in a little bit, we can see that part of the ear hasn't been removed and part of the tail hasn't been removed. Or sorry, is removed. So I want to keep those areas. So if I click up here, cursor turns to a pen, and I can just draw a line down here on this part of the ear we want to keep in. That's better. And maybe the edge along here. Yeah, that's a bit better. Also the tail, now because there's a big portion, I probably need to draw around a bit the area I want to keep, and that's good. If there's something you want to remove, that's what you want to keep. If you want to remove an ear or something, you can click on the mark areas to remove. I'm happy with that, so I'll click Keep Changes. Now the fox picture of the background has been altered, so I can scale down the fox. One other thing about the fox actually is there's a lot of dead space between the top of its head and the top of the box, between its side and this side, and between the bottom of the box and its legs. I can reduce that by simply right clicking and click crop. These black lines appear, and I can use those to bring the edge of the box down and in to reduce the dead white space around the fox, make it much tighter. Okay, so now I can move the fox right down, and I'll reduce them even further. I'll leave them that size for the moment. The next thing I need to do is put in some information. So the first thing I'm going to write about are biometrics. So I need to put in a heading biometrics. So I go to Insert and the text box. And I type in biometrics. Biometrics is the measurements of the fox, the measurements of their body, the weight and length and that. So I'm just going to make that a bit bigger. Make it 36. Actually, I'll make it 32. That's better. And now I want to put in some information on the biometrics. What I like to do here is click Insert, go to Shapes, and select a rectangle. Put the rectangle in here. I want to remove the background, the blue background. So while it's selected, I can go to Shape Fill and No Fill. I'm just going to leave the border around it for the moment. So you can do this anytime you're putting information. Put in a heading and a box. And in the box, put in the information. So the biometrics, we need to put in something about the length and the weight of the fox. So again, we'll go to Insert, text box, and in here, I'll write some information about the length of the fox. The length of a fox is 100 centimeters. I'll just expand it so we can see it. Move it up. And the weight of a fox is 6 to 7 kg. These are averages. Some of them are bigger. Okay, so we've got some information in there now, but that information is only to do with male foxes. To put in information on a female fox, all I'm going to do now is highlight that box, press Ctrl C, then Ctrl V, paste it again, drag it down. So I'm going to put in the information for a female fox, and a female fox is 95 centimeters and it weighs 5 to 6 kg. To distinguish between the two of them, I want to put in some symbol here to show male and female. To do that, I'll go to Insert and I'll select Icons. There's lots of icons you can use in PowerPoint. In PowerPoint. And if they're not in PowerPoint, just type icon and the name of what you want to find on Google and you'll probably find an icon. So if I scroll down here to signs and symbols, we'll see the symbol for male. If I double press it, double click it, it'll go in. I can move it up here, reduce it slightly to make it fit in. And for the female one then, I go back to insert, back to icons. I'll go down to signs and symbols, double click on the icon. I'll reduce that one to about a similar size and move it in. Okay, so these are biometrics. It's saying the weight and the length for a male and a female. But because it's biometrics, I'm just going to put in one last icon to show that it's got something to do with scale. And I'm going to scroll down here until I find a ruler. And here we go. So I double click on that. I'm going to leave this a bit bigger, just because it's representing biometrics about measurements. I'll move this out here. You see all these move separately. And I'm just going to increase this to maybe 20 and increase the size of this to 20. So that's for a male and a female. So that looks okay. But as you notice, each of these elements move around separately. So if I want to move this box, if I'm putting another box over here, I want to leave space or move it around, and I move the box, none of the elements move with it. So a good way to get around that is just click out of it. Just going to center it a bit more. Okay, click out of it. Outside the box, click and hold down the mouse, and you get this grey box appearing. If you click and hold down the mouse and drag it over the box and then over the label, and watch what happens. This has highlighted all of the elements in there, so it's grouped a load of elements together. Now what you do is go to Shape, Format, click on that, come all the way over and down to Group, click on the Group tab and click on Group again. It's now grouped them all together. So if I want to move these as a unit now, as an entire unit, oops, sorry, clicked on the wrong one, I can move the whole lot together. So that's how to make the first box, how to put in icons and how to put a label on and group them together so they can be moved around together. All I've got to do now is highlight this, press Ctrl C to copy it, Ctrl V to paste. I can then drag it over, and I can just start changing the elements in it. This might be diet, and I want to put in some information on the species here. So the species that it eats. So it eats rabbits. So I can put a rabbit in here, and then I can delete the text that's in here. And put in new text to suit this about the diet. And I'll continue that in the next video.